Welcome to the fourth tutorial of our REVU Bluebeam tutorial series, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can add custom fields, custom columns to be precise, in our markup list. So let's open up a REVU. As you can see, I've already opened up our floor plan, and at the bottom left corner, as you can see, this button which says markups. You click on it and it will open up the markup window or markup panel as well. So whenever you do any sort of measurements, any sort of calculations, any sort of area or volume or counting measurements, what sort of measurements you're taking, it will list out all the measurements, and based on those measurements it will sum up as well and do all sorts of functional calculations as well. So in order to do your custom calculations, what you can do is add your custom columns in here as well. So if you go to the markup list and select column, and then you can see that if you want to make anything appear in your markup list, you just select it. Say I want to show the layers in my markup list, and if you click on it, it will show up here in the right hand side as well. And if you click on it again, and it will just disappear. So I'll just make disappear most of the areas as well, so I'll just skip those things. And in order to create your own custom columns, you go to manage columns and go to the custom columns tab. So in the custom columns tab, you can either import your own custom columns if you have created custom columns before, or you can just add your own. So I'm just going to add my own custom columns. So first thing is you have to name your column. So I'm just going to name it, for our first column I'm going to name it material. So in this column I want to show that I can select some materials based on my measurements. So if I measure the walls, that I can assign those walls into bricks, or any sort of maybe bricks or cardboards or anything that I have that I want to on the wall to be made of. So in order to do that, I'm just gonna need a drop down list. So a drop down list is similar to choice. So if you click choice, the type should be choice, and if you click choice, then you can add the items that in your drop down list would be in. So you can either import a CSV file. So if you click on import, you can add a CSV file, or you can add your own as well in the interface. So I'm just going to add my own. So first you're going to name them. So I'm just going to name it brick, and for the subject you can leave it blank, it's very optional, or you can add some descriptions as well. So I'm not going to bother do that. So you can also make it default. If you want brick to be your default value, you can do that as well. So most of the time I'm not going to bother making any items default, since I'm not going to be doing lots of calculations in our tutorial. But if you want to, you can. So I'll click on OK. Now other thing I want to show, if you go and modify it, you can assign numerical values to your choices as well. If you want to calculate some say the numerical price or unit price of bricks are, say for example 12 or 10, it will assign 10 to your brick value, to the choice brick as well. In this tutorial I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna separate that out. I'll show you in a minute. So if you click that, let's click OK, and then I'm gonna add our next item, which is concrete. So let's add concrete and click OK. And the last one I want to add is steel. Okay, and then click OK. So you're done adding the options, and then you click OK and finalize your custom column as well. Next I'm going to add another custom column, which is going to be unit price, and since it's a price, it should be a currency. So let's see. If I go there, so it should be a number, and if you select number, then you can say the format should be currency. You can either choose normal, currency, or percentage. So I'm just going to choose currency, dollar is fine, and click OK. Unit price is set, and then I'm gonna go and add another one which is called total price. So I'm just gonna use the unit price to calculate my total price. So that's it, and that's gonna be also a number. And then no, I think it's gonna be a formula, since I'm gonna multiply my values with the unit price. So expression should be, say, I want to multiply the volume with the unit price. So volume with the unit price, say unit price. Decimal places is normal, it's fine. So it's gonna be currency as well, so I'm just gonna do that, and then click on OK. And after adding all the custom columns, and if you click on OK, it will show up on our markup list here as well. So now let's see our markup columns in action. So if I select our area measurement tool and click on measure an area for say measure any area you want. Say I want to measure this area. Sorry, that's not doing anything. Okay, just zoom it in. Okay, I'm gonna measure this stair area, for example, and then click enter. So a stair area has been selected. So if I click on materials, it will show the drop down menu. Double click on it, so I can select this. If I choose brick, it will choose brick, and if I say the unit price of brick is $10, and then the total price would be, it should have automatically calculated, say let's see, I want to do another calculation, maybe this one. Oh, so since I have done the volume, so I have to add the volume as well. So click on that, and say depth is 10 feet. See, now it's adding the multiplying the unit price with the volume in order to get the total price of our the wall as well. So that's how you can add some custom fields in your markups in order to do various sorts of calculation similar to Excel as well. So that's all for this tutorial, and the next tutorial will continue from here.